Hello everybody, my name is Shani Jones and this is kinky, which stands for Know the New Kinky You. I am your resident certified sex coach and today we are here to talk about a little homework. It's called the touch exercise. Now, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates. I love your comments and feedback on the video, so please make sure you share and follow me across all social media at DOYOUKNKY. So let's talk about touch. Touch is one of those things that can be easily misinterpreted. And in a lot of different ways it can be misinterpreted, which is why that nonverbal communication is very important. And most people, when you talk about nonverbal communication, you're talking about your body language and what your face looks like and things like that. But touch is a part of nonverbal communication. And so when the intentions behind touch aren't clear, communication can be right? So in part of my studies, there are references to a touch scale. And what that means is like certain touch can be on one spectrum, very platonic, hey homie, my friend, my buddy, my pal, very non-sexual, and on the other end of that spectrum, you can be hot and heavy and very passionate, and you understand what's about to go down based on that level of touch. It's the gray areas in between sometimes that can kind of throw you off of what did they mean by that. So I'll give you an example that I use often. What happens when you walk up on your partner and you just smack them on the ass? And that particular act can vary. The response from that act can vary tremendously. So if you have someone who is perhaps busy or distracted or trying to take care of something, and you come up and you smack them on the ass, they might be like, why are you touching me? Why are you hitting me? What is your problem? And they might not take it. It could be a friendly, hey babe, get your butt poking out. Or it could be like, hey, what are you about to do? But you don't know because you haven't laid the groundwork for what that touch was supposed to mean. And so you have your intention and they have their intention, and then you hope that it comes together in the same place. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Understanding intentions requires clear communication, and you can kind of work through that, and this is why we're talking about the touch exercise, so that you can kind of get on the same page without necessarily having to have a full-blown conversation about what touch means in the moment. So let's go back to smacking somebody on their ass, right? Depending on that person's state, and again, being in a heightened state of arousal makes things feel differently than when you're not in a heightened state of arousal. So the pain sensors, a part of our brain that interprets pain, is also the part of our brains that interpret pleasure. So let's say that you are in a sexual scenario and you hit your partner on their ass, and whereas earlier it could have hurt because they weren't in that heightened state of arousal, here it feels good because they are. And so your body is responding accordingly. You have to keep the act in line with where your intentions are for what that act is supposed to mean. So again, when you do something and that person is not in the same state of mind that you are, you can't abruptly bring them there. So how should you get better acquainted to understand how you and your partner interpret touch? So here's the exercise. I want you and your partner to sit on the floor in front of each other, face to face, eyeball to eyeball. And one partner, take your arm, and you take your partner, the one partner who is not doing the touching, you close your eyes, right? And then you touch them in a way that feels good to you. Not how you think it will feel good to them, but how it is that it feels good to you. Now, when you're doing this, try different patterns, different speeds, different intensities. You know, have your partner describe how that touch feels. Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it painful? You know, how does it make them feel? Does it make them feel happy? Does it make them feel aroused? Does it make them feel angry? So it's not just the what is it and how does it make you feel from a physical standpoint, but how does it make you feel from an emotional standpoint? After you've done this, you take turns, and then the other partner completes the same exercise. Partner that's being touched closes their eyes. Partner that's doing the touching touches them in a way that makes them, the partner that's doing the touching, feels, you know, how they would like to be touched. And then the partner that is receiving the touching then goes out and lets them know what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what hurts, possibly. The goal of the exercise is to understand, or start to begin to understand, what it means when your partner touches you. Is a hug just a hug? Is a kiss just a kiss? If you want to try to evoke a positive sexual response from your partner, what's the best way to do it? Because again, if you recognize that your female partner is cooking dinner and taking care of the clothes and doing all kinds of stuff, and you just come up and smack her on her ass, she's probably, maybe, I'm not saying that she won't, she might like it. There are some that don't. Now, if you, in retrospect, if you have a partner that, you know, is chilling, you know, not doing much of anything, and you come, you know, blowing her, she might not like that. I mean, it's, the idea is for you all to get to know each other and know what works for you as a couple. Understand what feels good to you as a person and as an individual, because if that person is doing something that does not feel good to you, you need to use your big girl and big boy voices to say, hey, I don't like this. I want to try something different. Or, you know, hey, perfect example. Massage is a great form of a touch exercise. Now, if you want to take it a step further from just, you know, touching of the arms, try giving a full body massage. You can use oils. You can do different pressure with your hands. You can try to touch different parts of the body to see what feels good to that person. All kinds of things. Just put yourself into a mindset where you're connecting with that person through the sense of physical touch, and not just with the sense of putting your penis into a vagina, or penis into an anus, or penis into a mouth. It's using your hands to stimulate that person and understanding, so that they know what your touch actually means. And we can talk about it more if you have additional questions, but ask yourself, how do you enjoy being touched? And please feel free to share that information in the comments. I would love to get the feedback from you guys. Again, I am Shani Jones. Thank you for spending this time with me. I will see you on the next video. And please, I hope that you've learned something new about the new kinky you. Have a good one.